Hi and welcome to another Free.volous episode. So I haven't seen among the people that I follow both on Instagram and on YouTube any kind of reviews on this product, and I was wondering why, so I decided to do it myself. For sure there are others on YouTube around here, but I wanted to put in my 2 cents. So for you today I'm bringing an unnecessarily thorough review of the Lisa Eldridge Seamless Glide eye pencils. Focus! There you go. I bought mine in burnt umber, which is a warmer brown. I bought it about 2 weeks after the release, I believe, so I've had it for quite a while. This is November now. I'm not recording this when I got it. I've had it for a while. I've worked with it. I tried it in different iterations to let you know how I feel. And I'm going to go through my thoughts on it. Disclaimer, I'm a huge fan of Lisa Eldridge. Have her channel. I think I found a channel about 4 videos after she started. So it's been a while. Huge fan. And I think not only does she have an amazing artistry and all of that, I think that's more than proven. But when she decided to bring out her own makeup line, I feel that Lisa is one of those people that actually is bringing something new, or that at least she has a unique point of view on makeup. Yes, she's bringing foundations and lipsticks, but they have a very specific twist and an effort into innovation. If it works or not in terms of formulas, that's another story, but she brings something new to the table. And she has an undeniable eye for color. That's absolutely true. I think I have almost one of each products or SKUs in her line. The only product I don't have, I think, is the Velveteen lipsticks. I think I have one of each of everything else, if I'm not mistaken. So there you go. If you want me to do a ranking on my favorite Lisa Eldridge to least favorite Lisa Eldridge products, let me know. I'm happy to do that. But today we're focusing on the somewhat newly released eyeliner, which is this one. You can see it's a sharpenable eyeliner, which I'm very happy about. You can sharpen it. It doesn't dry out in the tube, which is something that I feel that twist up eyeliners have against them. And yeah, you can make them as sharp or as, worn down as you'd like to apply, which is a good thing. And this, I have my notes here. This retails for 29 euros when you click to ship to Portugal. So I think it's about 25 pounds in pounds. And it comes in 6 shades. One of them is a metallic gold, a darkened gold. Everything else, and the green, I think, also has a bit of a sheen to it, or a metalliciness to it. Everything else is just cream mattes, I believe. I bought the shade Burnt Umber, which on the website, on the lighter skinned model at least, it looks almost burgundy-ish, and if you know me, you know I love my burgundies for the autumn and winter times, so I was very excited about that. But when I got it on me, it is more of a true chocolatey brown, which is normal because I have very olivey undertones, so things change, and I'm not mad about it, because whenever I try to buy a true brown or something kind of listed as a true brown, on me it goes a bit murky, grayish, almost taupey-ish. It goes very cool toned on me, so this brings a bit of more of warmth, which I really appreciate. I have here the claims, let's say. So they say it's a smooth glide, almost liquid feeling pencil, high pigment. It allows about 40 seconds playtime before setting to a budge-proof, waterproof and fade-resistant finish, lasting up to 16 hours. I agree right on, bang on with 4 of these claims. The first one I'm going to show you is the smooth glide, is the liquid feeling, the high pigment. This thing is incredible. I'm going to show it on my hand. I'm going to just do this like so. Just one line. I barely touched my skin. The closest I can compare it to is if you leave a coal liner in your car in a very hot day and then you go apply it, that's how it feels. It feels almost liquidy, yes, and creamy, and it's really, really easy. There's no tugging, no pulling, no skipping of the eye, especially on the fine, shut up sir, especially on the fine lines. You know, sometimes there's some skipping and you can need to barely touch your skin, and this will apply full pigment, bang on, very easily. The downside I can see with that would be somebody with shaky hands that does their line slowly but in one stroke, because once you apply this, if you go slowly, because it's applying pigment as it goes with no skipping or tugging or anything, it will show any kind of shaking of the line. So if you don't do sort of a quicker, swifter line, maybe go with smaller movements. But this brings me to the other claim, which is time to play. The playtime of about 40 seconds, in which you can go in and kind of fine tune and give some precision to a graphic liner, or blend it out, smudge it out a bit and give it a more lived in look. That is a given, and I'll show it to you in an application. Then we'll go to the downsides, which there are. Sorry. I've removed my previous eye makeup that I had to do this video, so keep in mind I will have fallen glitter all over my face. That's not the pencil's fault. It's my fault because I didn't want to go back and wash my face and start all over. And to give it the best performance possible, I applied the tiniest bit of primer and a bit of a pressed powder just to set everything. And I'm going to apply it on my eyes, resting my elbows and such, and I hope you can see what I'm doing and I'm not out of frame. So as you can see, it was pretty easy to apply. I just have to gently, yeah, fiddle here with the endings and a little bump on my lack of stability. There you go. I can't do a wing liner because I have very hooded eyes, so it would be too much of a faff for me. I don't have the training for it, and as you can see, it was easy to apply as is. And if I want to go in and blend the edges, I can do this. There you go, that's it. Just gonna go with a bit of mascara and Bob's your uncle. Also, for the sake of this video, I'm gonna apply it on the inner rim so that you can see how it looks. Trances very easily. This color is not dark enough, I'd say, to create a smoldery looking eye, but this is what you get. So there you go. This is the basic application, and this is what I usually use eyeliners for. Just one line on my eyes, maybe smudging a bit on my inner rim, and I'm out the door. This is my basic preferred use. I know people differ in that sense. And as I said, I've had this for a while, and I was able to use this eyeliner in different ways and experiment with it for a bit. And these were my experiences. First thing I did was to apply this as just my basic pencil liner, like I do with most of my colourful and not colourful pencil liners, which is just on my bare lids, just doing what I have today, just a line and going out the door. The problem I found with that was that after just about 2 or 3 hours, it was transferring onto my top lid, which is a bit heavy, so they touch when I do this, which happens a lot because I'm doing dubbing, so I'm reading and looking at a screen, so this is my normal movement, and it was smudging and kind of fading on the outer corner where I have the fold, and because of the blinking, the friction of the blinking of the eyes, it was almost completely gone and kind of smudging all around. So I wasn't so happy with that. The second time I tried it was kind of like as a cream eyeshadow, you know, those eyeshadow crayons that I really like. You just apply them to the eyes, you smudge the edges, and you're good to go. Because this has this beautiful chocolatey color on me, I really wanted to make the best of that. So I applied it all over my eyes, blended the edges. It was absolutely a dream to work with. It always applies seamlessly. I smudged the edge really easily. It smoked out really easily. No patchiness, no grabbing, no emphasizing any lines or anything. It was gorgeous. I did the same on my inner rims because I like to also add a bit of depth when I do that. And then I moved on with my makeup, and when I look back at my eyes about 5 minutes later, I guess, it was already completely creased. Not in a way that I would feel comfortable starting my day with, kind of like the way I would have my day ending, that kind of creasing. So I decided, okay, it's not working as a cream eyeshadow for me, I'm going to use it as an eyeshadow base. So I patted back in all the creases, and I applied a similar colored kind of normal powder eyeshadow on top of it, smoked it out. Really easy, worked really wonderfully in terms of application. Everything looked beautiful and blended with the creaminess of the pencil without caking up or anything. It looked beautiful, and I went out the door. Problem, it creased again after 4 hours, I'd say. It was, you could see the white lines where my skin was exposed on the creasing. It wasn't pretty. It looked like everything had curdled up in a way together, and it didn't look pretty. And it wasn't easy to pat it back down because it was kind of set with the powder eyeshadow. So for me, it doesn't work either as an eyeshadow or as a cream eyeshadow or as an eyeshadow base. It works beautifully. You can apply it beautifully onto the eyes, but after a while on me, it creases relentlessly. So after these 3 iterations, I tried to apply on a fourth way, which is on top of eyeshadow. So I used a primer, I used an eyeshadow, a colorful eyeshadow underneath it, and then I applied it as a line, slightly smudged, and saw how it went. And that's the way it performed its best. I wouldn't say, compared to my other eyeliners that I have that you can have some playtime with and then they set, I wouldn't say this is the best performing of all of them. It worked really well. It still transferred a bit. That happens with all of my eyeliners eventually. This takes always a bit less time than I would prefer to get to that point, if that makes sense. So it's a bit depending on the use that you're going to give to your eyeliners, having this into account before, you know, dishing out 30 euros for an eyeliner, which is a bit hefty in my opinion, regardless. So all in all, it works really well in terms of application. It's wonderful. but then the performance on my oily eyelids was lacking in terms of wear time. And Lisa has oily eyelids, and she swears by the fact that this on her lasts the so-called 16 hours, budge proof for 16 hours. Yeah, on me that didn't happen. What I think may be the difference, and I may be just I may be just completely wrong, but what I think may be a difference is the weather. Lisa is trying this out intensively in different iterations also throughout months in London, where it's way cooler usually and drier in a way. So although she has oily lids, although she may also use a primer, you may have a different performance outcome than what I have in Lisbon. It's been hot until mid-October, very hot, and then the temperature dropped a bit, and it was cooler, it was fresher, it became rainier and a bit murky and humid, but then it settled into a kind of 50-50 kind of thing. So I don't know, it could be the weather, where here it's always a bit warmer. Oily skin performs differently depending on the environment, and not just how hot or cold, but humid, AC exposure, the life you lead. I step out of my house, I take public transport, I go from several studios throughout the day, I walk a lot, so it's a bit of a different lifestyle also, that can make some more wear and tear on the product, and it has not been tested in that way, I would say. I don't know. I've had kind of the same problem. If you haven't watched my video on her eyeshadows, I kind of had the same problem with her eyeshadows. They are subpar for me because they do not last on my eyes. They crease, they disappear, they fade. Amazing while applying them. Makes a huge show, you know, amazing performance, but then the longevity is not there for me in terms of their eyeshadows. I can extend it with a bit of faffing with primers and powdering and setting, the same as with a pencil, but for the price I think it should perform a bit better. Now, you've seen me apply this. It's been, how long have we been recording? Where can I see that? It's been 23 minutes, so maybe 20 minutes since I've applied this onto my hand, around there. Not the 40 seconds, 20 minutes. My hands are pretty dry right now because I've been washing them a lot, you know, life. So we'll see. It's been 20 minutes. It transferred onto my finger. You can see I didn't apply too much pressure or it would be completely brown, but you can see it still smudges, and your hands are a far drier environment, and there's no movement, no rubbing of the hands. I wasn't rubbing my hands or anything that can provide any kind of erosion to the product. This is just a product performing on itself. I don't know, this could be a seasonal thing, and I will be very happy to use it when the weather gets cooler, even colder than now here in Lisbon. It happens. For instance, my Ordenseye eye pencil, I found out it performs amazingly in the summer because it was really dry and brittle when I tried to use it in wintertime, and then I went back to it in the summertime and it was amazing because of the weather and because of the temperature. This could work the other way around, and you kind of be able to use it in a cooler, drier weather. But as it is, I don't know, the temperature today is quite warm. It's 20 degrees, but still it's 20 degrees. It's not 30 as it was a month ago, and it's still having the same problems. Fortunately, I mean, I can see a bit of transfer right here and right here from the eyeliner from when I applied it. You see what I mean? I don't know what to tell you. This is it. These are the results. Before I leave, I think I'm going to do a bit of a comparison with other eyeliners that I own, affordable and not affordable, and let you know what the differences are. Nothing, let me tell you, nothing is as smooth and buttery, creamy liquid as this one is, and it blends out without patching ever. So keep that in mind. Here I have several of my favorite eyeliners, completely different price points. First one is going to be Very Fantastic in the Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil. You know, it's one of my favorites, and I'm going to do just one line here. There you go. You can see you need to build it up a bit, but it's still quite creamy. So there you go. Next up from Moira, it's the Statement Gel Liner. The color is, I can't read it. It's the bright pink. And I will do a line right here. Yes, I'm checking to see if you can see it. Again, 2 or 3 swipes. And it's full pigment. Again, very creamy. Now, this is from Auden's Eyes, the one that was performing really well, the Solmona Gel Liner in 12. This was performing beautifully in the summertime. In the wintertime, not so much. But today is a bit warmer, so you can see it's still creamy enough. There you go. One of my favorites, Mina, the 24-hour automatic eye pencil in 829. And here we go. Love this color. Love, love, love this color. You see it's a bit drier. It's getting a bit drier. It's been 1 year and a half. 1 year and a couple of months since I bought it. And it's starting to dry out. This is more affordable, so I don't mind that as much as I would with something very expensive, which I hope it lasts. This is the Sephora Colorful Contour Eye Pencil in black. It's one of those that is meant to be a dupe or of... Oh! This is creamy in a more... Yeah, it's more creamy than liquidy feeling, if that makes sense. It also gives you very nice black pigment. And as I said, this is meant to be sort of a dupe for the long gone Marc Jacobs eye pencils, which were gel eye pencils, some of my favorite ones. And this is the other dupe. This is the Tattoo Pencil Liner by KVD Beauty. Again, because it's in a twist up, it's starting to slightly dry down or dry up. It's a bit more black than the other one. There you go. Just a couple of them more to go. Urban Decay 24/7 in Alkaline. I got this for the color because this also doesn't set on me, so I can't use it that often. It starts to crease and smudge. Sorry, try to make it a bit more even. I'm not too good at swatching. It has that amazing burgundy color though. Look at that. It has more brown, more red than this one. This has more brown from Essence. Gorgeous. Then we have Pillow Talk eyeliner by Charlotte Tilbury. Very smooth, a bit crumbly, I'd say. I needed to build it up a bit. It's closer to the Essence color, but it's a bit more rosy. It's a browny, rosy burgundy. And then the most expensive of them all, Pat McGrath Labs. This one is, what's your name? Shade. Nice. Which I bought thinking it was a neutral brown, but on me, it looks quite grey. So there you go. These are all the colors, and then I'm going to do a new fresh Lisa Eldridge line, which doesn't even need a second swipe. And there you go. This is the performance of most of my eyeliners. And if I stay here and talk to you a bit more and I ask you to kind of subscribe if you haven't, and if you enjoy my content, I cannot post regularly, so being subscribed is a bit of a help to see my videos when they show up. I'm not on the algorithm being suggested. If you want to help me, maybe leave a thumbs up and see what that brings us, and also chat with me in the comments. Follow me at the free.volous on Instagram. And after saying all of that, let's go for a bit of a a wipe test, or not a wipe test, with a finger test, just to try to smudge things down. As you can see, of all of them, the only one that smudged was the Urban Decay one. Everything else, I'm gonna give it another go, a bit more assertive. And the other ones didn't smudge. And on this side, a little bit from the Pat McGrath. And then we're gonna go with the Lisa Eldridge. This is what I'll leave you with. This is what I'll leave you with. I just think for the amount of money, I needed it to be butch-proof. But I can understand that this works in other environments / weather, skin types, all of that. So I'm leaving you with that food for thought, and I hope I'll see you soon. As always, thank you for spending your time on me, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye. Ew.